Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Rebel Racing Network. And tonight we are at the Iowa Speedway for the Hardline Transport Solutions Rebels Truck Series. Hope everybody's having a great night tonight. You got the Clash on TV, and you got Rebels on Rebel Racing Network. So you got all kinds of racing going tonight. Tonight's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a blast as we take to a little shorter track this week and go to Iowa. Iowa, just a real small track, just under 1 mile, but a lot of good racing. A couple different grooves these guys can use, so it's going to be a fun race. Got 120 laps tonight, and plenty of time to get something done. If you have a back qualifying effort, which is what they're doing right now, got chances to get up there. Iowa with a really decent middle upper line that you can use every once in a while, but you're going to want to be right in that middle seam. But Iowa always puts on some good racing. It's going to get a little darker as the race goes on, so should be a fun race dealing with track temperatures changing, all that kind of stuff. So going to be a lot of fun. Excited to get this thing rolling and see if anybody can knock off Sean Cool or if he's going to win 2 in a row after winning last week at Chicagoland. We're going to see. Just about a minute and a half left in qualifying, and then we'll get right into our grid. Let's see what we got tonight as far as webcams go. We got a whole bunch of folks tonight really showing up and showing out. As we got Charles Stevens, we got Kyle Roberts, Aaron Nakai, Jonah Colbert, Brandon Wallace, Tyler Rice, No Neck. They keep changing their names. That's Matt Clemens, Charlie Elmore, Chuck Pegleg Felts, Mike V, Mickey Isaac, and Chris McLean, all on board tonight. So appreciate these guys showing up and showing out their cameras, and we'll be highlighting a few of them tonight as the race goes on. But Trucks Iowa, what do you expect? Well, it's going to be one of those races where, man, you're going to need a little bit of patience. It's going to be tough to pass. Qualifying is going to mean so much, but it's going to be really tough to pass. It's going to take a lap or so to get around somebody. You really need to use the whole track. You see that big wide track, but you want to get down, sort of put your left sides on the bottom seam and really get on the gas as soon as possible in these trucks. Just don't have enough power to really get up off the corner quickly. So you have to get on the gas, keep the momentum up, and you want to use the whole track. You want to really sweep off the corner if you can. So it's going to be tough to make passes. It's going to take a while. So qualifying is going to mean a lot. And if you're starting at the back, it's going to be real tough to get that done. So we'll see what we got. Qualifying is up, and it looks like we only have 41 drivers tonight, so we'll be able to jump right into it. So let's go ahead and jump into the Jeff by Art starting grid, and we'll give out the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner. That's going to go to Michael Kostick starting on the front row with a 23.427. And let's go ahead and get the starting grid going. Sean Cool, last week's winner, starting outside the front row. Daniel Pope in third, Eric Tracy in fourth, Cody Bame in fifth, Andy Kurtz in sixth, seventh, Tracy Passon. Don't forget to breathe, Tracy. Starting eighth, Jonathan Cofield. Starting ninth, Travis Bieber. Starting 10th, Corey Bigley. Starting 11th, Aaron Adcock. Starting 12th is Rick Rube. 13th, Jonah Colbert. 14th, Brandon Wallace. 15th, Matt Telder. 16th, Josh Oswald. 17th, Kyle Roberts. 18th, Elliott Carlson. 19th, Dylan Bates. 20th, Kieran Church. 21st, Steve McDonald. 22nd, Brandon Pollock. 23rd, Brett Bieber. 24th is Chuck Pegleg Felts. 25th, Alex V. 26th, Charles Stevens Jr. 27th, Spencer Gay. 28th, Matt Clemens. 29th, Butch Taylor. Starting 30th, Mike V. Ray Page. Starting 31st. 32nd, Greg Barnett. 33rd, Tyler Rice. 34th, Kevin Grettenberger. Starting 35th is Charlie Elmore, Mickey Isaac. Starting 36th. Starting 37th is Davy Jones. Starting 38th is Matt Knights. Starting 39th is Mike Bertosa. Starting 40th, Chris McLean. And 41st is Christian Deadman. Lights are out on the pace car. Ooh, that's a big old grid as we get ready. One more lap, and we're going to go green. And that is your Jeff By Jr. Art starting lineup for tonight. Well, Michael Kostick out to a good start. Let's see if he can get out front and get out front and get the lead early. That's what you're going to want to do. We'll see if he's able to get that done as we just got to come around half a lap, and then we're going to take green. 120 laps. Let's talk a little bit about the race analysis real quick. We don't have a whole much time. Craftsman Trucks, 120 laps, 80% fuel, 4 total sets. So this one and 3 others, and of course, 1 fast repair. Alrighty. Pace truck getting ready to pull down pit road. Michael Kostick going to lead us to green. 120 laps here at Iowa. Who is going to take the win? And green flag is out. They go screaming down into turn 1. 41 drivers here tonight. Will they make it to 1 lap? They didn't even make it to start-finish line last week. Let's see if they can make it. See Sean Cool way up at the wall. But so far, so good as Daniel Pope looking down to the inside already, taking over second place. Sean going to fight just a little bit, but they come screaming. Complete lap number 1 here at the Hardline Rebel Truck Series. And so far, Kostick with the lead and clean so far. Boy, they look fast going around here. As it starts to cool off just a little bit, it's going to look even faster. We've got two wide all the way towards the back of the field as we watch up front. Michael Kostick trying to maybe pull away from these guys. Going to be really, really tough to do. But Kostick right now, fastest truck on the track. Go back through the field, see if we can get us a camera that'll show a little bit extra as we go look at Jonah Colbert. Trying to maneuver his way, right in front of him, Rick Rube. Oh, and Kyle Roberts is going around. Oh, trying to get him. And we're going to have first caution of the night as Kyle Roberts goes around. And yellow flag is out. So we made it a few laps, lap 4. Let's go back and see what happened to Kyle. Get it from Wrench. Wreckage rewind. You see 3 wide in the middle. Going to come off the corner. Yeah, just gets a little bit of contact with the 91. That's Dylan Bates. Try to see what happened as we go and watch this. They come off the corner. It's 3 wide. Yeah, I think Dylan maybe expected Kyle Roberts to move up off the corner, you know, sort of blend up at the exit, but maybe Dylan didn't know exactly how 3 wide they were. Just a racing incident there. That's going to move Kyle Roberts all the way back to 40th position. Lost 23 spots out of that deal. So he's got a lot of work to do after getting turned there. Well, he looks pretty calm to me. I think I'd be tore up from the floor up, but he seems pretty calm. Wheel still going. Uh-oh, he's showing his hand. He's pointing at the screen. But still a long way to go. 6 laps out of 120. You get taken out like that, it's good to kind of get reset, get refocused. He'll find his way back up to the front, I'm sure. Kostick still lead the way here at Iowa. Lots of racing going on already. We got some big movers, guys taking advantage. Aaron Adcock, Matt Tilder, they have been moving pretty quick up through the field. Aaron Adcock all the way up to 9th position. So he was able to get a couple spots, but not a whole lot of movement just yet. Not a whole lot of time to really let things sort of play out. do see the lights out on the pace truck up there, so we're going to get this thing back going green. I think tonight's going to be one of those tough ones. Last week had a few cautions early, and then we had 2 green flag pit stops to end the race, which is always amazing. Tonight, hard to say with it being so dang hard to pass. I think it's going to be tough to say that we're going to have a caution-free race. Just 41 trucks at Iowa, man, it's just going to be tough to keep guys from really getting frustrated and pushing the issue. So we may see a messy one tonight, but ain't but one way to find out. Green flag is back out. Kostic gets a pretty good jump. That's going to bring Sean Cool to the inside of Daniel Pope as they go down into turn 1. Pope's going to drive it pretty hard into the corner and get the run off, and he should secure that position with that move there, and he does. So move Daniel Pope back up into the second position. Let's go back in the pack. There's just a mess back here. We've got all kinds of drivers. Ain't no way I'm going to call them all, but watch this racing. This is where the hardest racing is. We talked to some drivers the other night. You know, we talked to some drivers in the ARCA race who did some some fuel strategy to try to make it on fuel. Ended up mid-pack after they've been running up front all race long. And he was like, it's a lot harder to race back here than it is up front. Up front, guys are pretty content staying where they are, trying to just take it easy. They got the track position. They don't really need to do much else. But if you're in the middle and you feel like you got a truck to win, you got to go. You just don't have enough time to do. Oh, Kyle Roberts around again. And caution comes out. So Kyle Roberts having a tough night. Both cautions involving him. Let's go back and see what happened, if I can. Can't see who that is. The 72 truck. Oh, yeah. 72 truck of Mike Bertosa drives in there just a little bit too hot, slides up and gets into the side of that number 35 machine, and Kyle Roberts goes around again. Kind of go back and watch that just one more time. See, as they go down the corner, it's a little bumpy right there. It'd be surprised. It's really hard to see, but there is a bump there, and up in the top line and at the bottom, so it can kind of upset the truck as you're going into the corner, and that looks like what may have happened there as he kind of gets into the side. Kyle goes around. Damage not too bad, though. He should be okay. No takers again on this pit stop. No surprise with 4 total sets. You want to hold on to as many as you can. Don't think tire wear is going to be a major issue tonight. If we have a lot of cautions, it definitely will not be a big issue. But normally Iowa takes care of the tires pretty well, so you won't see too many of those sets being used tonight. I would say maybe 1 or 2. I don't think all 4 will be used, or all 3 extra ones, I should say. So far, your top 10 really hasn't changed all that much. Kostic, Pope, Cool, Bame, Passons is your top 5. Eric Tracy, Andy Kurtz, Jonathan Cofield, Aaron Adcock, and Matt Taylor to round out your top 10. Travis Beaver, Jonah Colbert, Josh Oswald, Corey Bigley, and Elliott Carlson is your top 15. All of those drivers relatively in the same spots where they started, maybe 1 or 2 different outside of Matt Taylor, who has been on the move. Lights are out again, so we're getting ready to get this thing back rolling. Hopefully we can see a little bit of green flag racing. Maybe people can stay off of Kyle Roberts so we can get some racing in here. We got a long way to go. Pace truck getting ready to head down pit road. Kostic again with control of the race. As they go through the Geico restart zone, you see Kostic getting a fantastic jump as he's able to take off. Sean Cool going to get down to the inside, and everybody making it through cleanly so far as they drive down into turn 1. Sean Cool, Daniel Pope, side by side for second place, and then you got Cody Bame and Eric Tracy right behind them, as it's a great race here up at the front. These guys just trying to get it settled out here. This is a lot like short track racing, in my opinion, because these restarts are so important that you're able to get those positions, get lined up, not be side by side, as you don't want to be side by side too long. Really, really hurts your momentum. As Cody Bame, you see him trying to get that third place from Sean Cool, and you see just how difficult it is to make a pass on the bottom, especially once tires start to wear out. That grip's going to be a little bit different, and it's going to be so easy to defend someone on the bottom. So just pay attention to that as the run goes on. As tires start to wear out, it's going to be very, very difficult to make those passes. It's going to, like I said earlier, oh no, as the 43 goes around. We've got a massive wreck on the backstretch. The 43 goes around Chuck Pegler-Felt, 72 Mike Bertosa, and Brandon Pollock gets just demolished. And that pretty paint scheme is all tore up, and he may not be able to get back to pit lane. That engine is most likely done. He's going to have to tow. And, man, we had a massive wreck there. I'm not even sure what happened. It all started with Brandon Pollock. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened to him. Running that high line, it just gets loose off the corner, overcorrects into the wall. Charlie Gay, Chuck Pegleg Felt's involved, and man, Mike Bertosa there at the end with the T-bone stake right to the side. Oh, just a horrible, horrible wreck. Let's see if we can go on board here with Mike Bertosa and see that from his perspective. Board with Mike Bertosa, as you see right in front of him is where it's going to start. Oh, and he gets clobbered from behind. I'll have to go back and see who that was. Looks like he was late getting on the brakes just a little bit, and then whoever was behind him just gave him a good old shove, the 33, and that is Butch Taylor. And man, caught a shot right in the corner pocket, and a pretty good hit there. So already trucks all over pit lane. You see quite a few. As Butch Taylor, Mike Veith, Ray Page, Mike Bertosa, all with damage on pit road, getting that fixed up. Mike Veith coming back out. Butch Taylor, who was involved in that as well. Looks like there's still some damage to the front of that 33 where he kind of hit Mike as he was checking up. So electing not to take the fast repair, I think that's probably a good move. Well, cautions breed cautions. It's really hard to get away. You know, if we get some green flag racing, we can kind of get some separation, make it a little bit easier for guys to sort of spread out, have a little room to race. But if we keep having cautions, it just seems to compound, as you're just not able to really spread out. And on these restarts, guys being aggressive, trying to make moves, it never seems to resolve itself. With one fast repair, it's going to be, you know, it doesn't really take care of itself either. So going to be a tough deal to get this thing going green. But I think once we do get some separation, I think we'll have be able to have some good racing. It's going to be tough to pass. I just don't know. We're getting into lap 19. Not that many green flag laps, but I would imagine we get further into this run. It's going to be interesting to see who can make a pass on that bottom. As already we've seen how difficult it is. Lights are out on the pace truck, getting ready to take the green flag yet again as we work our third caution of the night on lap 20. But a great field. Matt Clement does a lot of good work this season. Decided to mush the Outlaw Series and Rebels, as we had quite a few people from each decided not to come back. And so far, last week we sent 3 drivers home. This week, 41 drivers in the field. So just pretty amazing. And these guys last week put on a great show after a rough little start. So I believe they can do the same thing. Pace truck is out, and Mike Costa gets another great run as the field comes roaring by. And once again, Daniel Pope and Sean Cool side by side for second place. Seems to be something that's going to be going on all night long as they come screaming off of turn 2. Go down to turn 3. Also with a good little jump there. And you see the 16 with a nice run down the front straightaway. You saw him all the way up at the wall. He's to the inside, and he's going to drive down to the inside of Kostick. I don't think Kostick knew he was coming like that. But Pope got a nasty run off of turn 4 as he was all the way at the top and got a massive run down the straightaway. Let's see if Kostick can try to do the same thing. You see Tracy Patsis up there doing exactly that. And so here comes Kostick back on the outside. The outside really working well. We saw Daniel Pope use that to his advantage, and now it's getting used against him. You kind of Daniel Pope, a very smart racer, so I'm not criticizing, but he maybe showed his hand just a little bit early there. Let's see if he can slide up in front of Kostick as we got a lap truck right in front of the field. That's the number 4 of... Oh, caution's out. It's like caution is out for Mickey Isaac. Let's go back and see what happened. Kinder Farmer Ranch Wreckage Rewind, we're on board with him here. Oh, looks like he may have tried to self-clear in front of somebody. Let's back it up and see what happened. Oh, Kyle Roberts again. Oh, man, Mickey Isaac just didn't know he was there and just ran him right into the wall. I just couldn't see, I was supposed. Go check this out. I mean, Kyle is definitely there. Yeah, I don't think Mickey Isaac could see him. Mickey trying to set up a pass. I think that's on Charlie Elmore there. And, man, Kyle Roberts just having a tough night already. As he was definitely coming with a head of steam, and, man, just... Just a tough night for Kyle. Let's check in on him and let's see how he looks. He looks good. He hadn't really changed changed the way he looked that much, so I don't see him throwing anything or chunking. Taking a nice swig of a Michelob Ultra diet soda for sure. But just having a tough night. And just not the way you want to start your race. Lap 26, already been involved in 3 incidents. Just a tough night for sure. Well, let's check in on some drivers. Let's see what everybody's looking like. Everybody's having a good time. We got big smiles on faces. Let's look at some of these cameras. We got No Neck, Matt Clemon. With a vape. Got Charlie Elmore with his VR headset on. He can't see where he's going, y'all. But he's driving it. He's driving it. He got the one hand on the wheel. Don't want to know where this other hand is. What else we got in here? We got Tyler Rice. He's ready to go. Where is Tyler Rice right now? Oh, yeah, he's up 4 spots. Started in 33rd up to 29th. Get some green flag lap. Somehow, how is he behind Kyle Roberts? Tyler, how are you behind Kyle Roberts? Kyle's been involved in 3 incidents, and he's right in front of you. Got Jonah Colbert. Got a smile on his face. He's ready to go. Chuck Peg Leg Phelps. Sun's out, guns out. That's what I'm talking about. Can't show some of these guys. I keep drinking stuff I can't show on YouTube. Charles Stevens Jr. in the number 88. Boy, he's got his racing gloves on. Got his Alpine racing gloves. Got a little dashboard over there. I like that. Man, he's got all kinds of information. You know, some guys forget what gear they're in, so it's nice to have a big old screen over there. He's got a track map. He forgets where he's at on the track, forget what corner he's in. He's got a little track map over there for him to look at. Appreciate everybody with the webcams tonight. That's a lot of fun. Gives me something to do. And it's really cool to show off everybody here in this series. A lot of personalities, man, no doubt about it. Some of the best personalities in league racing. Not too many bad apples in this bunch, I can tell you. All right, well, pace truck going to pull into pits yet again. And this time, though, Daniel Pope with that was able to get the lead away from Caustic. And now he's going to get to control the restarts, and he's going to love that. Oh, Mike Caustic did not get a great jump as Cody Bain was all over the back bumper. And Sean Cool able to clear him for second place. And that's definitely what they were looking to do, is now Cody Bain tries to put Caustic down another spot. Caustic kind of going backwards here on that restart just from that. I don't know if he spun the tires or just not on the right discord. Sometimes just not on the right discord. You missed the countdown. Cody Bain almost able to clear him. Tracy Passons, Eric Tracy, all over the back bumper of these guys with Jonathan Cofield waiting in the wings. Just so hard to pass. Cody Bain tried to do a little slider off the corner, and Michael Caustic with the run off the top side. You just see how strong that top side can be on exit. Just makes it so hard to pass. And woo! They got a little close for comfort right there. That's netcode territory. As Tracy Passons going to take him 3 wide. He ain't tired of waiting around. Tracy gets right there on the bumper, the 67, way up the racetrack. He's going to have a huge run here, but nowhere to go with it. As 78 going to pull up right in front of him. And Tracy Passons not really able to do anything off the bottom. You see that the 3 wide just doesn't work, just slows you down. You're just not able to make any passes. He went down to the inside with a run and couldn't do any. Oh, he's going to try to, woo! Tries to throw a block there and successfully does it as the 58 of Cofield kind of lets him off the hook there. That was really close. Good grief, these guys are racing. You would think after 3 or 4 cautions they'd chill out, but that ain't happening. Tracy Passons ready to race here. Oh, man, the 05 of Andy Kurtz has to check up for Cofield. And you're going to see that a lot, knowing how important that top side is going to be. You cannot let somebody get up the outside. Yeah, you can already see how difficult it is to pass. We'll watch as the 1, Matt Telder, slides down in the corner. He is able to get a nice little run in the entry, but you see the exit that the 05 up there is able to get and pulls him by half a truck length going into the corner. So unless somebody's willing to cut you a break, it's going to be real tough here. Oh, we got a big crash in the back. Looks like got guys falling all over the place. I can't find it. Oh, Kieran Church stuck in the wall. Looks like cannot get that thing off. You see the back tire sort of spinning, but you also see some black smoke coming off that machine, and he tows. So we are under caution again. Oh, no, we're green still. What? Yeah, we are still under green after we had a pretty big crash there. Let's see if we can go back and see. I think Mike Bertosa was involved. Go back and check it out. Looks like somebody got loose. Spencer Gay, I think that's who it was. And goodness gracious, I don't even know how. I'm not sure how Kieran Church was in this. That happened behind him. Then the 28. Where's the 28? Well, I'm still not sure what happened to Kieran Church. Trying to find it. Got the 808. Oh, they just make contact off the corner, and that's the 808 of Brett Bieber. And that's what happened. A little bit of contact coming off the corner as the 22 trying to get that run off the corner and just kind of four-wheel sliding up into the 808. But we stayed green. No caution out for that one. So the race control letting them race it out, so we're getting spread out just a little bit, except for this little mid-pack here. This is about 7th on back, starting with Cody Bain and Matt Tilder, Jonathan Cofield, Jonah Colbert. Just a big old mess right here, and it's going to continue to be this way as guys are just not able to make those passes. That top line kind of rolling right now, so it looks like that's where you really want to be. If you're not there, going back, we see the 05 starting to slip just a little bit, and the yellow flag is out this time as it's like Ray Page is all tore up with Matt Knights there in that blue and white Toyota, and somebody else, Mike Beath. Mike Veith with a lot of damage to that truck. Let's go back and see what happened. Go on board with Ray Page. Yeah, it looks like Mike Veith saw an opening, and there was a little bit of checkup here as they had a big run here on Brett Bieber. It looks like maybe Brett had to let off the gas, so it was 3 wide for a moment, and Mike just not having the angle to get into the corner when he goes in, just not able to get the truck woed up, just didn't have the arc that he needed after that 3 wide situation, and that was the aftermath as he goes around. But pit road wide open, guys all over pit road. As you see, it's all, about every stall is full, so it must be go time after lap 41. So I would expect a couple pit stops tonight if that's the case, if people are pitting on 41. Of course, they may just be pitting for tires. Want to go ahead and get that done. 41 laps, pretty good amount, especially after that last run. So we'll see. Of course, we've got, I think, 80% fuel tonight. You know, I should pull up my own race analysis. It'll tell me 80% fuel, 4 total sets to the 1 fast repair. So I would imagine they're probably good on fuel. They may need to have that one stop that they just had. I think, you know, normally at these under-mile tracks, under 1 mile, usually can go pretty far on fuel. I think you, like in the Cup car, you can go over 100 laps on fuel at Martinsville, maybe more. And it's pretty similar here, so I would imagine they're probably good on fuel. Want to come down and get 4 tires. Now, few drivers who didn't: Matt Tilder, Elliott Carlson, Brandon Wallace, and Chris McLean. Chris McLean starting all the way in the back. Don't know if he had a bad qualifying, misqualifying. Not sure what happened. Luckily, we didn't have more than 43 drivers, so he was able to get in if he did miss a qualifying time. But currently running in the 4th position. Expect to see him up front. Don't know, haven't seen him too much, but doing a little strategy call here. Get up front. Got quiet. I mean, haven't pitted yet. There's 41 laps that we've completed already, so a third of the race over. I would imagine the tires are going to be pretty wore out. A little bit time differential, but Chris McLean's got the talent and skill to make them work. And if you can get up on that top line, that might be enough to hold off a bunch of guys if you can. So we'll see what he's able to do. Him and Brandon Wallace, Elliott Carlson, Matt Telder. Should be a lot of fun, I would imagine. As this race has been going on, Matt Tilder has been working his butt off trying to get up to the front. He was like, you know what, this is way easier than passing cars. I'll just stay out. I'll just stay out whenever the everybody pits, and that'll be the easiest way. So he passed quite a few that way. I just don't know. I don't know if that's the right call. We're going to find out. We'll know right away. Daniel Pope, Sean Cool, Mike Kostick. That blue 16, the pink 25, the black 8. Just keep an eye on those drivers. That's who has got the 4 tires, these top 4 with the same set they started on. We'll see what the difference is. And we'll know right away. As they go into turn 1, we'll know exactly how different it is. All right, a third of the way. We've got 2/3 left to go. And green flag is out for Matt Telder. Let's see what these guys can do. Go down into turn 1. Chris McLean down to the bottom already on the 09 of Elliott Carlson. Let's see what these tires are able to do. They're kind of 2x2 there. It's going to stop Sean Cool, who got a great start, able to get by Brandon Wallace already, and he is all over the back bumper of the 09 machine. He goes down to the inside of Chris McLean, and you can see already those 4 tires making a pretty big difference. At least they will for the next few laps or so. Because they've got a lot of grip. They can definitely make some time up on the bottom, and caution is out again. Well, we talked about it a little bit before the race. It's going to be one of those, there's too many trucks on a small track. It's just, there's nowhere to go. There's always a truck there. That's Davy Jones. In that 10 machine, down on the inside of the 38 of Greg Barnett. And yeah, David just kind of drives in there and not able to get that front end turned. And man, gosh, big hits from the 9 Mike Veith. And I think that was Brett Bieber again, who these guys just can't seem to get away from the mess. They've been involved in a lot of them tonight. You see he's crab walking, front end all tore up. Mike Veith with the black smoke coming out the back. That is a bad sign for the engine. Back up front, though, Sean Cool able to get past a few of those drivers. Brandon Wallace falling all the way back to 6th. Elliott Carlson to 5th as Pope and Cool able to get by a few of them before that caution came out. Telder got such a good jump on that restart, he was able to pull away. McLean kind of held steady in 3rd place. It'll take a few laps for these tires to sort of equalize a little bit, but I still think I think it's going to take 20 laps or so before those new tires can really start to suffer on the bottom. Early on, they're real good. They got a lot of grip. Get that grip off the bottom, but you need to keep that momentum up. And then as the tires start to wear, we started seeing folks hit the top side. And once you get enough tire wear, the good goods off the tires, it's going to be tough to make the bottom work. The top's going to be where it's at. So if you got new tires, you got to make use of them now. That's my strategy always at Iowa is drive as hard as you can, make some time up on new tires, and then start to take it easy. And when guys start to run you down on old tires, just drive as hard as you can on the top side. It's going to be tough to pass you. Well, Mike Bertosa was my in-race reporter, and he is out of the race, so he ain't going to be able to report on much, I don't believe. But I think the next caution, I'm going to pick a new one. We're going to bring him up here and see how the race is going. Lights are still on the pace car, so we'll go around yet again. All right, lights are off. We're getting ready to get this thing back going. Matt Telder, your leader. Sean Cool in second. Chris McLean third. Daniel Pope in fourth. Brandon Wallace fifth. As I mentioned multiple times, Telder, McLean, Carlson, Wallace all stayed out on that caution, the last one. They are on old tires. Going to try to hold steady, keep that track position. It may work out in their favor, especially if they can stay up towards the front and everybody come down pit road again. That track position would be incredibly valuable towards the end of this race. And it's been pretty caution-filled, sixth caution of the night. And, if that trend keeps going, it's going to be tough to make up positions. You don't want to find yourself in the back of this field. They head to the Geico restart zone. Telder going to get a nice jump. Not great as last time, as those guys really timed his restart. They were right on his back bumper. We'll try to get a run off the top side of turn 2. You see Daniel Pope way up top side is cool. Tries to go down the inside. Telder gonna throw a block off the corner, and Telder goes around. I can't click on him. He's falling so fast. You see him there on the dang screen. And caution is out. Matt Telder goes around. Well, we kind of saw that happening, but we got to get the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind on the screens. Let's go check it out. The one got the 25 was coming. Tries to drive sort of a defensive line off the corner, but Matt Telder, I think, was in the right there. I don't think he threw really a hard block. Was just kind of holding it low, which is a pretty common line coming off of each corner. You really want to keep it under the seams like that before you come off the corner. So I don't really think it was egregious. Maybe Sean Cool thought it differently, or maybe it's just an accident. I don't want to say anything that's done on purpose, but go back and watch it from Sean's perspective. Yeah, it's just it's a tough deal there for Telder. I think he got the worst end of that, obviously, and I'm not sure he really did anything wrong there. But regardless, ends up turned around backwards, so he's going to come on down pit road now. Might as well. Quite a few. Got Brett Beaver. See his truck brand new, so he's able to come down and get a set of tires. That gives the lead over to Daniel Pope, who was able to take that top spot after that incident. But we've seen a lot of action, truck contact at the back. It's the first time we've had something up front. I'll tell you what, let's see if we can talk to, we'll make up a new in-race report. Let's talk to Cody Bain real quick. Hey, Cody, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Man, it's going all right. I'll tell you what, you're going to be my in-race reporter from here on out, as the other one kind of wrecked out, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, man, that works.
All right, well, tell me about your race, man. You're running in 7th. Lost a couple spots. Tell me what it's like out there. What are you dealing with? And what are you trying to work on to get up towards the front?
Yeah, I mean, dropped a couple spots. There's a couple of guys that I think took 2 tires or stayed out, and I don't know. The truck seems good. It's just I'm having a hard time with. I think I'm crossing streams here and crossing wakes, and it's getting the truck a little bit loose sometimes. But just trying to ride around here, and man, that 19 is going to be tough to beat. Same with the 8, but these guys are really good, so I'm just going to try to keep up with them.
Well, What do you need to do as far as making a pass? Seems like it's really tough to make a pass off the bottom. Is that something you're seeing?
Yeah, it's tough. I think I just got to grow a set and maybe run these guys up a little bit, but it's way too early to be doing that. But, come towards the end of the race, the gloves are off, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, thanks, Cody. Good luck.
All right, thank you. Hopefully put a good show on.
Yeah, absolutely. There you have it. Cody Bame telling you what he's got going on, trying to get up towards the front. Seems to think he doesn't have anything for some guys in front of him, but I think he can definitely get it done. Currently sits in the 7th position. We've seen him get pretty aggressive early, trying to make some passes. Very, very good short track racer. So I'm expecting him to have all the moves that he needs to get that stuff done. As I believe we will get the one to go here, hopefully. Get this thing back rolling. Under our 7th caution of the night here on lap 58. Lights do go off on the pace car. And while we do that, we will let's do a wellness check on everybody. How's everybody looking down there? Kyle Roberts is still with us. Praise God, Lord Jesus, being with him tonight, as he's been beat and bruised pretty bad, but it looks good. He's still in it. Where's he running? Last time he got in a bunch of wrecks, I looked up, he was running in the top 10. He's running 21st now, but pretty good for somebody who's been kind of like a pinball tonight with some folks. But getting ready to go green. Daniel Pope going to lead us down. Sean Cool on the outside. Chris McLean, Elliott Carlson on second row. Let's see if we can get some green flag racing in. What y'all say? Pretty good jump for the first 4 rows. Man, Elliott Carson really leaning on that 5 truck. We saw last week Elliott and the 5 have some issues as the Elliott was a lap down car and sort of slowed up Chris McLean's progress. Seems to be some issues between these drivers. I don't know. They're going to get real close there. A little tail slap from the 5, and the 09 goes around, and yellow flag is out, though, somewhere else. I don't know. Steve McDonald around. Good Lord. What's going on here? It's a meeting I don't know about. You see Steve McDonald sitting there sideways on the track. David Jones with quite a bit of damage. And another big wreck. I don't even know where this thing started. Good grief. Like it may have started with Steve McDonald. Let's go check it out on the Kinder Farmer Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Got Kyle Roberts. Don't tell me Kyle's involved in this one too. Oh, it looks like Travis Beaver, gets turned. As they go down into turn 3, Josh Oswald with a head of steam gives the 114 just a little shove there and gets him all out of shape. And you can see just the host of cars that are on their way. And that's the 51 of, I still got to learn these guys. Oh, that's Alex Veith. Nowhere to go. The 81 right there of, well, heck, I don't know who the 81 is. Oh, that's Rick Rube. And then it just becomes a melee behind him. As trucks just go everywhere. So another big wreck. What in the world happened to David Jones? Let's see if we can go back and see what happened to him. He was involved in it too. You see the wreck already happening up in front. Everybody kind of checking up. Matt Clement gets tagged. Rick Rube. Davey gets into the 33, and then Rube comes back down and pops the 10. Lowe's Pro Chevrolet. He's gonna need some help. Get him a couple rubber hammers, something from Lowe's. He's going to need it to knock them fenders out. Another driver's had a tough race too is Brandon Pollock. We saw him shot out of a cannon off of Mike Bertosa's nose early in the race. Front end still looks tore up. He definitely got a fast repair. He had to tow, but it looks like he's already been involved in yet another incident. Now, under our 8th caution, no takers on pit roads. A few guys towards the back with damage went down pit road, but everybody else stayed out. And we are just over halfway as we almost to an hour on the broadcast. So we got a long way to go if we can't get this thing cleaned up. Not sure if there's any race control tonight. I don't think we're doing live race control. That's a lot of work. It's a lot to ask. You know, a lot of people go, "Wow, that ought to be race control," but nobody wants to be the race control the way it normally goes. It's a lot to ask for somebody to take time out of their night for free and then just sit there and babysit, basically. Get yelled at because people don't like what you do. You give them an EOL and they get mad. Not a fun job, a pretty thankless job. Definitely don't try to do that here in Rebels. Don't want to over admin. We've been guilty of that in the past. Just trying to try different things whenever you're trying to keep a series clean. And, you know, at the end of the day, it comes down to the drivers. The drivers are the ones who have to keep it clean. It's not, you know, an admin. It's not a race control. It's nobody. It's just the drivers. They got to make the decision that they're going to race a certain way. And once they make that decision, the race cleans up. So, what I always say, drivers want clean racing. It's on you. You know, aside from Matt Telder, this guy's staying out on old tires, starting to look pretty smart right now. Chris McLean still sits in the 3rd position. If we go too many more laps, people are going to come down and get those next set of tires, and he'll have gained almost 37 spots from where he started. The green flag out yet again. Daniel Pope leads Sean Cool as Chris McLean going to look down to the inside of Sean. Going to be tough to make that work, especially on older tires. Sean would really know where to go on the top side, though. Should get a pretty nice run here. As the 5's going to go up the track a little bit. You know, he's trying to make those old tires work, just can't do it. And he's able to get up in front of the 67 of Eric Tracy. Cody Bain going to go down to the inside. Let's see what those old tires still have left in them, because he's really putting the wheel into it. Gets up in that high line, trying to make it work. Old tires, though, just not able to do it. Eric Tracy gets a little loose in that 67. Chris McLean goes down to the inside, drives out of the corner, and gets in the back bumper of Cody Bayman. It's all over the back bumper. What is Chris doing? I have no idea what's going on. I must have missed something. As boy, these guys getting physical. I like it. I like it. I want to see more of that. I like when good drivers who can control their vehicles bump and bang. A lot of guys, you can't touch them. You touch them and they lose the wheel. They let go of the wheel. They hold their hands up in the air and close their eyes and just wreck. But some guys, you get in there and shove and push and beat and bang, and they can still hold on to the truck. Oh, as 09 gets into the wall right in front of the 31. 31 has big damage as he's falling like a rock. And you saw the 09 get up into the wall and get stuck. The 31 with nowhere to go. You see big damage to the Jonah Colbert 31 machine. I believe that I don't even know, what is that? Barabbas? Barabbas. I'm not sure, but he's about to get taken 3 wide here. It's, you know, these trucks are pretty sensitive to damage, and that was a pretty good hit, so he may be in trouble. See if we can maybe try to catch that when that happens. Go back right about here, maybe. Yeah, you see Jonah going to the outside. Yeah, just Carlson just trying to slam the door. 31 had a massive run, and I think Carlson was trying to clear himself up high, and Jonah takes the tries to take the exit route through the wall. You see, he was already committed to the corner, so when he had to let off, it put him in a bad spot. But they keep it going. Although he's in a 3-wide situation trying to stop the bleeding, just not able to do it. Dylan Bates going down to the inside. Definitely tell that 31 machine really struggling. Oh my goodness. And there they go. Kind of felt like that was going to happen. Yeah, a little bit of net code there. I hate to say it, but they made some contact, but the way the 91 machine reacted there was a little ridiculous. They would have just touched in real life and been fine, but because the way the net code works when we were racing on computers over the internet, when that 91 kind of jumps up and does some weird mess, that's what started it all. But Dylan Bates driving back to pit road, gonna most likely have to use that fast repair. We'll see as it gets into pits if he's got a fast repair left. And it looks like he doesn't, so he may have already used it. Oh man, he is blinking out. Jonah with a lot of damage. He has yet to be down pit road, I believe. He's going to have to. He's got a lot of body damage there. I mean, you get a paper cut in these trucks and the engine blows, so. All right, well, a lot of folks coming down pit road led by Elliott Carlson, who is going to give up, I believe, with about 8th or 9th position. Him and Brandon Wallace been out for quite a while, so decided it's time to come down pit road. It's going to put them back in the Hornets' nest, but they will have fresh tires. We got a few drivers that pitted on lap 60 about 15 laps ago. So these guys are going to have quite a bit of tires. We've already seen it's so tough to pass. If you're not in the top 5 already, I just don't see you driving up through the field. Yeah, just going to be really, really tough. Well, we got some drivers on the move. Let's talk about them. Charles Stevens Jr. running in the 10th position. He is up 16 spots, man, just slowly but surely. You look at that 88 truck, and it is clean as a whistle and looks good as he cracks the top 10 for the first time tonight. Spencer Gay right behind him in the 69. We've actually seen Spencer Gay involved in some incidents here and there, but is currently running 12th, making up 15 spots. Tyler Rice, talked to him earlier, and he was pretty excited about this race, and that number 6 machine, he has moved up 20 spots from where he started. Mickey Isaac right behind him. Saw Mickey involved in an incident earlier in the race, but has rebounded nicely. Greg Barnett, 38, up 15 spots, and Butch Taylor up 11. You know, a lot of these guys involved in incidents, but you get that fast repair to keep your nose clean, you can and avoid some of these incidents. You can make up some spots. And then we have the 57, Kevin Grettenberger. We haven't really talked about him that much, so he's keeping relatively quiet. If I haven't talked about you, that's probably a good thing, if I'm honest, as it's been mostly wrecks and guys running over each other. So 57 having a good race in that Chevrolet. Daniel Pope, your leader, getting down to crunch time. And apparently crunch time is 43 laps to go in my book. But these laps will click off pretty quick. Um, it's about time. I'm not sure if we're gonna see guys pit again. I just don't know with the way things are working. Um, you know, man, I just don't know. I think maybe if we go another 10, 15 laps, you come down and take another set, and then you're good for the rest of the race. Track position is going to be too important. I mean, how many folks are you seeing up here that haven't been up front all race long? You're not seeing anybody. A few guys stayed out on tires to try to get some track position that way and did successfully do that. But it's still the same people up here. Nobody's really been able to move up forward, especially inside the top 10. So if you're not already up here, I don't know. You've got some guys staying out on, have pitted now. So if those guys come in, they could find that track position. But we're just not running a whole lot of laps. I just don't see these guys coming in if cautions continue to fly. So guys in the back with those new tires, really hoping to see a little bit of a long run and then maybe a caution. And maybe they can cycle up to the front. But right now, Daniel Pope with the lead. Sean Cool right beside him. They are teammates, so they should see a countdown timer. They should take off together. We'll see. And green flag is out. They do a great job. Eric Tracy right behind him. Going to file in. Cody Bame on the outside. Cody right up to the back bumper of Sean Cool. Just nowhere to go. He's trying to basically push him down the back straightaway. He's got Eric Tracy to the inside trying to take that third place away from him. And Cody got a nice little run here, but really nowhere to go as he can be right to the back bumper of the 25. Oh, and he's going to try to take an evasive maneuver down to the inside, and Eric Tracy was there, and oh no, Tyler Rice, oh my goodness, and everybody's wrecking. It is another parking lot as more tore up trucks. Man, good grief. That escalated really quickly. My goodness, that was a lot of trucks involved in that one. It all started here when the 78 thought, oh man, I'm going to try to sneak in there. Fortunately, Eric Tracy was there. And, yeah, just carnage after that. Good grief. Yeah, you can see just guys trying to stop and check up, and then you got some guys just maybe not seeing the wreck. They don't know what's going on and not able to check up in time. You just see guys slowing down, some guys really going fast, and it just all comes to a head as guys just trying to avoid each other. And some guys coming to a complete stop pretty smartly. Back up. Let's go on board with Steve McDonald's. He was one of them that obviously couldn't see the wreck, is just not able to get going or get slowed up in time. Yeah, you can actually see the wreck. Maybe he thought Cody was going to go down to the bottom. Of course, he could have been just focused on what was going around. He's got a car down below, car in front of him, and does start to slow down now. Just a lot going on there. But under our 10th caution, we still have 40 laps to go. A lot of guys on pit road. Kevin Grettenberger, we just talked about him. He comes down pit road. He was on pits for a while. Brandon Pollock, Steve McDonald, Greg Barnett, Josh Oswald, and Tyler Rice all having to tow after major catastrophic damage. But up front, no change. As Daniel Pope, Sean Cool still lead the way. Eric Tracy in third. Jonathan Cofield in fourth. Mike Kostick in fifth. Andy Kurtz in sixth. Tracy Passons in seventh. Charles Stevens Jr. in eighth. Aaron Adcock in ninth. And 10th, Spencer Gay. Well, these caution laps are pretty clean. Not a whole lot of bumping and banging going on here. So if we can run more of those, we'll get through this race, I believe, without much more incidents. But yeah, you know, it's just a product of the track. I mean, these drivers are all clean. I know after the race, everybody will have opinions about it, and they'll go, "Oh, we gotta clean it up. We gotta be smart." But we got 41 drivers out here, and you know, every guy's got his own way of doing things, and you know, it's possible we have 41 cautions, as each driver can make one mistake. That's really it. So when you have this many trucks on track, especially one like this that is just so dang hard to pass on, you know, it's just going to happen. So I don't think it's necessarily an indication of this field or anything. We've seen these guys put on good racing almost every week. Last week, fantastic race. It's just a product of this track and what kind of racing it produces. You know, it looks like it's multiple grooves, but it's really not. It's really just one. It's one main groove when you're by yourself, and then if you're side by side, you want to be up top. And even if you're slower, you can really hold some guys up, and guys get frustrated. Right, well, our 11th restart of the night. Daniel Pope going to lead us down through the Geico restart zone. And green flag is out again. So far, so good for the 16. 25 able to get through as well. And Eric Tracy making his bid for that third spot, but Jonathan Cofield right behind him. He has been relatively clean and has been able to maintain. He's actually made up quite a few spots, as he's the biggest mover in the top 10 that's been there. As he goes down to the inside of the 67, going to try to make that bottom side work. You see just how strong the top side is, not able to do it. And Tracy's going to clear him by almost a truck length as he go down to turn one. It's just too hard not to take that bottom. When you get a run, just go down to the inside. It's so hard not to take it. But I mean, we've pretty much seen it be sort of bait as you get that run and you go down to the inside. Unless it's just sort of you got enough to maybe do a slide job, it's going to be tough to make that happen. So you have to be a little bit patient, let the guy maybe make a mistake. That's what Eric Tracy's trying to do. He's running that top side, waiting on Sean Cool to maybe make a mistake. Have to check up a little bit, get to his outside, and get around him. But if you go down to the inside, if he decides to go down and try to take that run down to the inside on Daniel Pope, Eric Tracy's going to be there to take that on the outside. So it's going to be a tough little deal here as we watch these guys go around this track. Just don't want to be side by side. You see Jonathan Cofield, he's going to be in danger. If he stays here too long, he's going to be in danger of Michael Kostick getting up to his outside, and he's going to end up going backwards. You see, not able to make it happen. Has to jump back in line. That's why I hate this track. I'm going to be honest. I just can't stand it and do not like it. It's one of those tracks that makes you think, oh yeah, you got a lot of passing ability. You just can't pass. Can't get it done. I think it races way better in real life than it does on here. But getting some more green flag racing here. With just a few laps to go. We're now under 30 laps to go, 27 to be exact. Daniel Pope starting to pull away just a tad bit, but the race right now is for 4th place or 3rd place. Cofield almost was able to get to the outside. Going to decide to go down to the inside of turn 1. Maybe try to slide job here. He's got the clearance. Can he do it? And successful slide job. Very, very good move by the 58. Was able to complete that pass. That is textbook on how you do it. It's never fun to be the one that gets a slide job put on you like Eric Tracy, but hey, that's part of it. When it's so hard to pass like this, you got to do what you got to do. And I thought that was a very clean, smart slide job. And now he's going to get to set sail. Got real close to the wall. He's going to open that outside. Eric Tracy trying to sneak up there, and he's actually going to get the truck there. Really surprised that Cofield allowed that. They were going to be able to slide up in front of him again, but he lost a little bit of ground as that was very, very scary for the 58. 25 laps to go. Daniel Pope about 3/10 ahead of Sean Cools, about half a second ahead of this battle. So not much has changed there, but this has been a blast to watch. These guys are putting on a show up here. You know, right now, I believe the Clash is on the 14th or 15th caution of the night, so we are definitely doing better than they are. And right now, we're having some fantastic racing. Go back through the field. Let's catch some of these guys racing it out. Man, whoa, got perfect time. We got 3 wide here. Charlie Elmore, David Jones, the 33 of Butch. Oh, he's multiple laps down. Butch Taylor. Got a lot of damaged trucks here just trying to make it to the end. Probably not handling good, but get with it. Corey Bigley, somebody we hadn't talked about much tonight. He's currently in the 11th position. Not really been able to move up forward or go backwards. He started 10th. He's running 11th. Just kind of stuck where he's at. He's got Rick Rube all over his tailpipe, though. All the way at the top. Oh man, gonna squeeze. Rick Rube tried to close the door, but not able to do it. Oh my goodness, and it does get into him. Chris McLean hard into the wall at 5 Machine. Big damage there. If we can go back and see that. Yeah, the 81 just tries to drive deep into the corner and maybe pull a slide job, but the 5 with the run. Yeah, just not able to complete the slide job and gets up into the 5, and unfortunately Chris McLean gets the worst end of it. As he has fallen all the way back to 17th position. Still quite a bit a ways where he started from, but he was on the move. We go back up front. Eric Tracy has fallen back to 5th. Is Kostick now fighting hard with his teammate, Jonathan Cofield, for 3rd place. Kostick looking to the inside, not able to get it done. Go back to this battle between Tracy Passons and Elliott Carlson. Andy Kurtz waiting in the wing. Nice little green flag run here. hopefully to end the race. I'm sure Daniel Pope looking to see that white flag without any kind of yellow flags. You can definitely see that the tires are starting to get really worn. Guys are sliding all over the place. Guys on the inside pushing up into folks, and that's just indicative of the right front starting to go away. The tire wear making a difference. And anybody that's tried to pass on the bottom just not able to do it. As Kostick was able to get to the outside here of Cofield. If Cofield's not able to slide in front of the 8, he's not going to be able to. So Kostick going to get the run on the outside, and I think he will get this position. He does. And so Michael Kostick taking over the 3rd position. So he's running way up the track, getting huge runs down this long straightaway. I think the straightaway is a little bit longer than the backstretch. So if you can get a run off a turn forward, it sort of opens up and widens out. You can get a really nice run. Last lap, Daniel Pope, Sean Cool, Mike Kostick all running exactly the same lap time. That's pretty impressive. See as they cross the line what the speeds are. Kostick a little bit faster than Sean right now. About a 1/10 a lap, so. Of course, even if he is a 1/10 a lap faster, if he's not already there, it's going to be incredibly difficult to catch him and then pass him. Daniel Pope with a nice advantage, 7/10 advantage over Sean Cool as he's catching Steve McDonald. Lap truck here. So a little bit of lap traffic here at the end of the race. Shouldn't be a problem, though, as Steve going to stay high. Daniel going to go down the inside. Cofield starting to fall back a little bit, maybe. Maybe push the front tire just a little bit too hard as Eric Tracy looking to the inside. '67 actually looking really, really good right now. I don't know what has happened to Cofield other than just straight tire wear. Looks like he might hold him off here if he can stay out of the wall. Oh, and yellow flag is out. It's like Corey Bigley is slow. But I don't know what happened. See if we can go back and find out. Corey Bigley here, right behind Charles Stevens Jr. I don't have an incident, so I don't really know what caused it. We'll try to watch and see on board what's going to happen, but goes to the outside. He's got the 31. He comes down the track, and the 31 gives him a little tap, and he goes around. And I guess that's what brought out the caution. I'm not surprised. Honestly, we've had guys all over. We had somebody stuck in the wall in the backstretch, Kieran Church, and caution didn't come out. But I guess since it was on the racing groove, that was enough to bring out a caution. And, man, what do you do? I don't know. I mean, it's good for Elliott Carlson, who I didn't think so. Yeah, I didn't think anybody was going to give up track position. Just too valuable right now. We don't have enough laps left. We'll see who decides to, take trip down pit road. Kyle Roberts is going to be the first one. Gives up 14th position. And Chris McClain, Corey Bigley going to come down pit road, and a couple others. But everybody's staying out. Track position too important. Just can't give that up here late in the race. You're just not going to be able to gain it back. But if you're Elliott Carlson, you got to feel pretty good. He has 34 lap fresher tires than everybody around him. So he's done a great job of getting up through the field after taking that pit stop. And that caution's actually really good for him, as he's going to have fresh tires and he's going to have leaders in the sights. Will he have enough time to get up to the front? I just don't think so. But could he make it inside the top 5 and maybe on a podium? I definitely think he could. So watch out for the 09. He's got a lot of advantages here, as we should get the green with probably maybe an actual green-white checkered or a natural one. So. Who's going to win it? These guys are teammates 1 and 2, so they're going to work together. 3rd and 4th, also teammates, so they're going to be working together to try to time this restart. It's going to be so important for Daniel Pope to get the power down and get gone. But he does have a lot of laps on his tires, coming on about 80 laps now. So it's something to think about as we get down here to these last restarts. Get in your head a little bit. Start thinking about, I got to make this just right. I know I got a teammate to the outside, and then I got 2 teammates behind me that are working together. Definitely something that you got to think about. And it didn't take but one little slip of the tires, and they're all over you. You would much rather have your teammate lined up behind you in some form of fashion. That would be that's a lot easier to deal with in this situation. It's going to be tough. What's Sean going to do, though? Sean wants to win 2 in a row, while Daniel's definitely in the best spot. Is Sean willing just to settle for 2nd place, or is he going to fight? He's going to have to fight with them guys behind him for sure. So does he sort of, he kind of play a little bit of defense for the 16? Light still on the pace car. We'll at least go another couple laps, but yeah, it's always weird with teammates. You want to help your teammate to get into the playoffs. You want to help your teammate get there, but there's been a couple times maybe I don't want my teammate fighting me in the Final 4. It's a tough deal, but usually you're gonna help your teammate out. That way, if you get to the Final 4, you got a better chance of somebody on your team winning. But it's always tough to make these calls at the end of the races. Do I race my teammate? How hard do I race them? I want to win, but they both want to win, but could be like some all night long been giving each other countdowns for restarts, and then Daniel Pope might just conveniently forget to give a countdown this restart. I forgot to give that one out as he sails off into turn 1 with a couple car links. So we'll see what happens as we're coming down the backstretch, and we're going to have a green-white checkered here. You see Kostick really not on the back bumper of that 16. He's going to close up now, trying to time that restart the best that he can. And Pope gives a huge jump there. The 58's all over the back bumper of the 25. What's going to happen here is they go down to turn 1. Daniel Pope is clear, and he takes over the position. And Sean Cool able to get that 2nd spot. Is he going to be able to clear the top side? And he is, as Cofield's going to be right to the back bumper. As they go down into, a yellow flag is out. This is not over yet, as looks like Chris McClain is around. Butch Taylor around again. Travis Beaver Ray Page, Kevin Grettenberger, all involved here. Looks like it might have started with Chris McLean. Let's go check it out. Chris McLean going to go 3 wide here under Davy Jones. Oh, just loses it. Gets a little bit loose. He just went in and got new tires, and those cold tires got him as he was just trying to make up some spots as quickly as possible. And you see right there, all the way cocked over to the right, giving it all she's got, but not able to get it saved as he's going to get into the side of Kevin Grettenberger, and then he's just along for the ride. Got hit again there at the end. Who was that by? Lord, who was that? Is that Greg Barnett? Oh, yeah, it was. Well, he was coming in there hot. Yeah, it looks like he saw the cars clearing out at the bottom. He was pretty far back from it. Gasses it up. He sees guys everywhere. Then Chris McLean right in the middle of the track and gets a piece of him. All right, I think this is the actual. Oh no, that was the first green-white checkered. So I didn't know if it was a natural one or an actual one, and it was. So this is the second attempt. We only get 2. So if we get a yellow flag before the leader crosses the white flag, the race will be over. So the next flag will definitely end the race. As we cross over the hour-and-a-half mark here tonight. Second green-white checkered, and we got to give out some awards here tonight. Best paint scheme. There's a lot of good ones in here, but I got to give one out. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give it to Brandon Pollock. You'll have to go back and watch the first part of the race, but I thought his paint scheme looked pretty cool. It's been tore up from the floor up from the drop of the green flag. He got into it early, and he is currently out of the race. But the best paint, the Jeff By Jr. Art best paint of the night, goes to Brandon Pollock, who is currently out of the race. If we can pull it up on this here dealio right there, you can see it. Got a lot of colors. Looks pretty cool. I like it. Bright colors make me happy. I'm a simple man. Well, I've talked and filibustered enough, or field time enough. I don't really know what to say other than what I've already said. Teammates first, second. Teammates second or third and fourth. Pope with a fantastic restart. Last green-white checkered. Expect no less this time. A little confusion back here about where everybody's supposed to be. I'm not real sure what's going on, but lights are out. We're getting ready to finish this one up, thank goodness. As pace car headed down pit road. Next flag ends the race. If they make it around to the white flag, we'll go one more. If not, if the yellow comes out, that will be it. So Daniel Pope has got to go. Kostick does not get a great jump there on the outside. Cofield there on the back bumper of Sean Cool. Going to drive it into the corner on the outside. Going to slide way up the track. Not sure that's going to work. That's going to open the door for his teammate behind him. All clear. Don't see any yellow flags as of yet. But off of turn 4. Oh, yellow does come out, so that is it. And Daniel Pope, as a yellow and checkered flag flies, Daniel Pope is going to win here at Iowa and take home his first win of the season. 1-2 for this team as Sean Cool finishes in second. Jonathan Cofield with a last-ditch effort to try to get a top spot comes home in third place. So as it come around to take the checkered flag, your winner, Daniel Pope. See Barney waving that checkered flag. Daniel Pope locks himself into the playoffs, and the Rebels Rumble starts as guys start wrecking each other. That's part of it. If you hadn't seen a Rebels race before, after the race, everybody just kind of does sort of a demo derby here. It's all out of love. It's not out of hate. Sometimes it's a little bit out of frustration. You just pop a couple guys, but you know, it's good to let the frustration out on the track, and then once you exit the sim, you're kind of over it. So Sean Cool still going backwards on the track as he takes home the second position. You see fireworks going off. And here comes at the last second. Pretty impressive driving around backwards like that. It's harder than it looks. Well, there's your winner. He's going to burn it down on the front stretch. He's going to take a little Legends Oval here. But let's go ahead and talk to our race winner. If we can get him in Discord. We'll wait, give these guys a chance to... Oh, good grief. 23 goes to the moon. That's Aaron Adcock. All right, let's go over the results. We're waiting on everybody to get in. See where everybody ended up. SDK definitely does not like heat races. Well, there you have it. The top three. Mike Kostick comes home in fourth. Eric Tracy in fifth place. Tracy Pastons with a fantastic race in sixth. Elliott Carlson recovers and drives up there with those tires and finishes in seventh. Andy Kurtz, eighth. Cody Bame, ninth. Charles Stevens Jr., a top 10. Aaron Adcock, 11th. Jonah Colbert with a 12th place finish after having a damaged truck. Very impressive. Brandon Wallace, 13th. 14th is Spencer Gay. 15th, Chuck Pegleg Felts. 16th, Alex Veith. 17th, Charlie Elmore. 18th, Matt Clemens. 19th, David Jones. 20th, Mickey Isaac. 21st, Kyle Roberts. 22nd, Corey Bigley. 23rd, Matt Knights. 24th, Steve McDonald. 25th is Kevin Grettenberger. 26th, Chris McLean. 27th, Butch Taylor. 28th, Mike Veith. 29th, Tyler Rice. 30th, Greg Barnett. 31st is Rick Rube. 32nd, Travis Bieber. 33rd, Ray Page. 34th, Brett Bieber. 35th, Brandon Pollock. 36th, Josh Oswald. 37th, Matt Telder. 38th, Dylan Bates. 39th, Kieran Church. 40th, Mike Bertosa. And Christian Dedman did not start the race. Well, let's go ahead and give out a couple awards. We got to give out the Hard Charger Award winner. And after all is said and done, it's tied between two drivers. We're going to give it to the highest finisher, and that is Charlie Elmore, who's going to take home the Dark Horse Motorsports Hard Charger Award winner. 18 spots, finishes in the 17th position. Congratulations, Charlie, on being the Hard Charger Award winner. Hard luck No Neck Fastest Prepared's Hard Luck Award. I'm going to give that to Matt Telder, who stayed out, did a little pit strategy, and I don't call fault, but just got turned. I mean, that's exactly what happened. Now, was it intentional? I don't know. Was just an accident, of course. But regardless, he was still up front, got turned out of the lead, and ended up 37th position. So definitely going to give him the Hard Luck Award winner. Just tough deal to see that happen. But I'm sure he'll rebound next week. But he's going to be tonight's No Neck Fast Repair Hard Luck Award winner. But let's go ahead and see if we can talk to our race winner. That's Daniel Pope, and get him in the booth. And Daniel, this Eddie in the booth, you got me?
I got you.
Hey, man. Well, a good race. Started third, and you ran up front most of the night. Iowa's a funky track, not my favorite. It seemed like track position was king. Is that kind of what you saw out there?
Yeah, that and definitely the track position with all the cautions. I played a huge part. It took all the strategy out of the race too, having such short runs. But I was fortunate enough to qualify up front and be able to control my race up front, and it really played into my favor.
Yeah, early on you were really quick to jump up to the top side and make some space up there. I thought maybe you showed your hand a little bit too early, as you made up a few spots, but it turned out to be the right decision as you were able to get up there and nobody was really able to touch you. Or what do you think the difference was, versus other folks that you saw that you had a sort of an edge over them to get around them and make some passes? It seemed like it was really tough to pass out there.
It is extremely tough to pass. Iowa is one of my better tracks when it comes to the trucks and the Xfinity cars, and I kind of knew that the top side would be there for a couple laps when the tires were cool from a restart, but then it would fade away until very late in a run. So I seen an opportunity a couple times when I was behind somebody to, on the first lap, everybody fights for the bottom in 3 and 4, so I just put it up against the boards and got that big run down the front straightaway, and it really propelled me to make runs. But once you got 3, 4, 5 laps into a run, you pretty much stalled out where you were. So just had to take advantage of cold tires and run it hard as you could for 3, 4 laps and then settle down.
Yeah, able to stay out. I mean, you guys last pitted on lap 40. Iowa pretty known for not really tires not really making a difference with how hard it is to pass here. Was that ever a concern on those last late race restarts, maybe coming in and getting tires, or was you just, hey, look, we're here at this certain lap? Was there a certain lap where you were like, hey, after this lap, I'm not pitting anymore?
Yeah, so we had chatted as a team, and we decided once we crossed lap 85, we were done. I don't think 25 or 35 laps was enough time to recover from putting tires on, especially with the amount of cautions we were having. So we just decided, win, lose, or draw. If the other guys out-tire us, from 85, 90 on, we're committed to the end of the race. So we never really got more than a 12 or 13 lap run, so the tires really wasn't wearing a lot. And I honestly wish we'd have run more green and we'd seen some more tire strategy and some more fuel strategy come in. I think it would have made for a lot better race.
Well, we got to get to a better track because this track is just awful. But I tell you what, who wasn't awful tonight was you. You guys put on a good show. Definitely a great race up front. A lot of fun to watch. 1-2 for you guys. Sean winning last week. You this week. So congratulations on the win. Awesome to get yourself locked into the playoffs so early. Kind of take some stress off. But as always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Yeah, I got to thank the guys over at SPM, all my teammates, Sean, Eric, Dylan, some of Elliot, there's so many, Elliot, Carlson. We work together well. We always try to take care of each other. We strategy ideas off each other, and it makes these races a lot easier to manage and think about when you got more minds working together. So all them guys, the Rebels League, for letting us come in and have fun. This is such a great league. I really enjoy all the people I race against. It's become a real challenge to win these races. You guys with the broadcast, you do a great job showing this league off and bringing it to people's attention that this is a great league. And maybe down the road, more people want to come race. I know we have a lot of cars now, but it never hurts to draw more attention to it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations, Daniel. Great win.
Thanks, man.
Well, all righty. Well, let's get second place in here. Sean Cool, his teammate. Let's talk to him, see what he thought about the race tonight. Sean, this Eddie, you got me?
Yeah, hey Eddie, how you doing?
Well, we're doing good. We talked to you last week after winning, and tonight finishing in second. A lot of good racing up front. I thought a lot of fun. Seemed like it was early on. We didn't have that many green flag laps, but the ones that we did seems like it was pretty racy up front. Talk a little bit about your race. What were you struggling with? What were you doing good? And how did it go for you tonight?
Yeah, well, I would have liked for it to go green, have some more green flag runs there, and really get to work on tire management and trying to set up some strategy there. But we were just kind of trying to manage our stuff in case the run did happen. But try to manage where we were at and keep track position with where we were all night. So not too eventful. Uh, But yeah, we were just like I say, just trying to keep track position. We were able to stay up front, qualified well, so um, pretty clean race.
A lot of folks, they talk about qualifying so kind of flippantly about it, but tonight really showcased how important qualifying is. How important is qualifying to you, especially at a track like this, um, and how serious do you take it to try to make sure you get that good starting spot and stay up front as long as you can?
Yeah, I mean qualifying's huge. It allows you to kind of set your strategy and get an advantage right off the get go. To for the most part, it allows you to be able to manage your stuff a lot easier. But furthermore than that, it allows you to kind of stay out of the rat's nest when you get some more carnage, like kind of like what seems like we had tonight. So it keeps you out of the hornet's nest, and it allows you to set up your race the way you're trying to at least, and not really be at anyone else's mercy as much as it could be.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the second place finish. First last week, second tonight. Um, really, really good start to the season. As always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Yeah, I'd like to just thank everybody that puts this on. You guys up in the booth. I watched the broadcast last week, and it was really good. I enjoyed it. I want to thank SPM and all the guys that we run with week after week, and everybody that keeps the ship right.
All right. Congratulations, Sean.
Thanks, Eddie.
Second place finisher, Sean Cool, has talked to Jonathan Cofield, one of the few guys that could actually get any passes done inside the top 10. Jonathan, Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Eddie, I got you.
Well, man, a great race. Seemed really tough, frustrating maybe at times, but Iowa is just that way. Seemed like it was so hard to pass, but you starting in eighth place, able to get up to third place. What was the secret? What was you able to do? I mean, not to answer your question for you, but I did see a pretty fantastic slide job you pulled off at one point. Super clean. It seems like that was sort of the ticket to get it done, especially on the bottom.
Yeah, trying to pass was a little aggravating. The top started working pretty good there toward the end, so if you could get a good run, you can make a pass, but you really just couldn't make it happen on the bottom. Turn 1 and 2, you was kind of even top to bottom, but 3 and 4, it seemed like the high side would prevail every time.
Yeah. Well, you were able to get it done there at the end. Just needed some time, man. Just not enough time with the cautions. I think we ended up with about 13 cautions tonight.
Yeah.
So just a tough night all around. When you have a track and a car like this, the truck really hard to get a lot of momentum. Iowa just a tough place to pass, especially side by side with the top being dominant. Just a rough night all around, but still a third place finish. Very very impressive finish. Um, but yeah, so great job, third place. Good way to start the season, I think. But as always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsors, shout outs?
Oh yeah, man. I just wanted to ride that race and stay out of trouble. Had a good truck last week and got tangled up in some guy's mess and finished 23rd. So just to come out with a top 5 is pretty good. But yeah, I want to thank you for broadcasting, Rebels Racing Network, doing an awesome job. Hardline Transport Solution, Mike Bertosa for doing all he does for our truck series. I appreciate him. Kinder Farmer Ranch, Flexible Fleet Solutions, Chuck Phelps, No Next Fast Repair, Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, Cofield Supply and Service, Kleeman for putting on the trucks, and everybody in the league for letting us come do this and have fun.
Man, awesome. Well, congratulations again. Third place finish. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Well, there you have it. Well, that was a long one. A lot of cautions, 13 cautions. We had probably most 12 laps under green. So tough night tonight. Just a product of how awful Iowa is. We should never, ever race here again. And this is a perfect example. Whenever somebody says, well, what do you not like about Iowa? I think it's a good track. I'm going to give them this race and show them exactly why. I think everybody raced pretty clean. I think it was just a product of how you had to drive here. And it just a tough race all around. But looking to rebound next week. We'll go ahead and look at the schedule for next week, see where we're headed, and show where we're headed after that as we finish up the Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show. Thank them, David Jones. But we're at Homestead next week, and that should be a blast. I cannot wait to get to Homestead as we got 100 laps. Sunset down in Florida, and which will be a lot of fun. Trucks, Homestead, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. And then we hit the high banks of Daytona, which will be obviously very exciting in Dover, Las Vegas, Wilkesboro, Watkins Glen. I mean, what a run of tracks after the dog crap that we just saw at Iowa. But the next 6 or 7 weeks are just going to be awesome. So looking forward to that. Come on by. We got some really, really good racing for you as in this Hardline Transport Solutions Rebel Truck Series. But want to thank everybody for watching, everybody in Discord, all the guys in chat, keeping it going. Definitely appreciate you, and everybody watching, going back and watching later. Want to thank all of our sponsors again. Definitely Hardline Transport Solutions. Kinder Farmer Ranch with the Records Rewind, which they got a lot of screen time tonight. They got their money's worth after 13 cautions. But Flexible Freight Solutions, Dark Horse Motorsports, and No Neck Fast Repair, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, and Jeff by Junior Art. I want to thank all of them. Matt Clement for putting this series on. I know he's probably disappointed and feels, like, oh, he's got to solve the problems and stuff for tonight. But I tell you, man, he's put on a great series, and I think the rest of the season is going to be amazing. And he does such a good job, so much work, so much thankless work. In this season, people want to race here. That's why we have full fields, and majority of it's due to him. So want to thank him for putting in all the work. All the other admins that do a lot of work out there for all the different series that we have. We still, after so many years, most leagues, they struggle to keep going. There's a lot of personalities. There's always going to be issues when you throw a bunch of folks together every week, multiple times a week. But got dirt racing, we got ARCA racing, we got Xfinity racing, we got cup racing coming back, we got truck racing. Man, you got all kinds of racing. If we was at a track or something, we'd all be racing to the porta potty. I mean, it's just racing everywhere. So just want to thank everybody for showing up. Everybody that goes back and watch it, definitely appreciate it. And we will see y'all next week as we go to Homestead. Rebel Racing Network will be back on Friday night if we hit Grand National and ARCA again. So it should be a lot of fun. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you then.